Daylight savings doesn't make sense because you're not actually saving anything; you're spending it straight away. So
How long are that going to get live?
I was about to say that audio file is really long. So had you pre-planned?
I was like, you got the manual, like you can manually just control the volume. So
Or you could have cut it and faded
well,
out before.
I could have. I could have done many things, and yet I didn't. My name's Don Blight, and we are recording this episode 300 live on twitch.tv/Exposure Network, as we do once a year. I feel sometimes go on twitch.tv/Exposure Network. First episode for the year, first podcast back. Kind of mean Ash recorded one the other day, but basically our first podcast. What's our first podcast? Well, three of us for the year 2025, and episode 300 Arcade Couch. Of course, here Ashley Hobler.
Hey Dylan, excited to be here. Remember, if you've got Amazon Prime, you've got Twitch Prime, and we'd love that Twitch Prime subscription for this one stream that we're going to do for the whole year. Thank you.
Also here, Kieran Merchant.
No. This is the point of the year where we come out, we have a meeting, we sit down, everybody, and we're going to be like, guys, we're going to set goals to stream more this year. We're going to get more out there. I'm going to say something about having more good, better internet, and I'll be good for it. Dylan will say, well, I've got lots of card packs to open up and things like that, and I could try and get on consistently to do that. And then nothing will happen.
Let's do The Walking Dead episode 3.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's on you, actually.
That is on me. That is 100% on me. That's my fault. My fault right there. My fault right there.
So what were you, if you want to rewind your comment before I clicked, like, let's actually just start the show. You're proud of me because...
Oh, no, I was just saying, it was nice this holiday break because normally, for everybody listening, we have this holiday break, and every fucking time, throughout the many years that we have podcasted together, Dylan goes, didn't play anything, I just sat and curled up on a bunch of movies that I bought and steelbooks.
Great content for what you want to watch every year.
Yeah, something like that, right? Like, it's what happens. But this year, open up my Discord, fucking Dylan Blight right there, fucking Dragon Age the Veilguard, fucking a whole bunch of Yakuza. I was like, boy, he's in a Japanese game? He's really got time to be playing video games if I've seen this popping off. You know, it was just a nice sight to do. Probably in that space that he played Yakuza, probably could have played like 4 other video games, but completely fine. Yeah.
So I will say I have watched minimal movies for the downfall of what you want to watch. But I don't know I honestly don't know why this year was different, where I was like, I actually felt like playing more games. Don't know what the difference was. But yeah, I just played a shit ton of, I just dove into RPG Central over here. And to the point, I have now, I platinum both of them too. So I platinum Dragon Age the Veilguard, done that shit, busted it. And I platinumed Like a Dragon, Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Wait, did you have to do 2 playthroughs of Veilguard, or just one?
One. Okay. So I'll say this. So Veilguard, trophy-wise, wasn't following a guide or anything. Finish it. Missing a few trophies and things. I'm like, okay. So then I look up, I'm like, for this particular trophy, what do I have to do? They're like, oh, you have to have spoken to this particular person and made these choices and stuff like that. I'm like, I fucked it. But luckily, because I'm a pro gamer and have about 20 different save files,
okay,
yeah. So I just reloaded a save file back to where that choice was. It was only, so I probably replayed 3-4 hours, but not the whole game. So I changed how I did something, then went through and finished the game again and got the other trophy in. Everything else I got without trying, which I was surprised at, because retrospectively looking back, and I guess slight spoilers for Dragon Age Veilguard at this point, when you get to that part, and I think the last time we talked about the game was around when we were all at this part, we basically have to choose which one of the
which companion you're locking out,
which city to save is effectively
the discussion. You're choosing like what city to save, and then that affects you no longer have the merchant, I guess, in that other city to do it. I thought that's what was going to happen. However, that's what did happen until a patch they'd done about a month
Where-
after release,
Yeah.
when they added in a thing wherein the I don't know what
the veil.
the veil, the veil, they've now got the merchant for that place basically shows up there. So if you need anything from the other place, you're not like locked out of it anymore. But basically the rest of the trophies and things you can't really miss because it's just, do everyone's side quest.
Don't you have to like get the full like bond or whatever? That's more
Who?
difficult with
All the characters?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't think that particularly affects it, or at least it didn't me.
It
So
made it harder, though.
I chose the girl.
Nev.
Yeah.
Nev.
Look,
That's
I've just played
just
this game.
city.
I can't remember all the bloody
Nev
characters' names.
and the city is
The assassin peoples.
The assassin.
Yeah.
one.
the crows because I was a
The crows.
Because I was a
No,
crow too.
no.
Yeah. Were we all
because
crows?
no
Isn't that a thing?
crows, shadow dragons because I was a shadow dragon. That's it.
So I saved that place, and it pisses off. The other place was
The crows.
old
The
mate.
Avian crows.
Antivan
Antivan, that's crows.
Yeah.
Antivan crows.
And it pissed off old mate with the demon inside him because
Mhm.
his place got
Mhm.
destroyed. Right?
So we all made the same decision.
Correct. Which means it's probably the right decision, I would say. So we all did that, and then he was pissed off for a while. But then every time I talked to him, I don't know, maybe if I'd made worse decisions, it would have affected him. But he eventually got to a point where it's like, it came up and told me that he like forgave me and we were on good terms again or something.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I will say though, Dragon Age Veilguard, the Veilguard, is it Veilguard or the Veilguard?
It's
The
Veilguard.
Dragon Age
Isn't it?
Veilguard. I don't know. I'm thinking
It was
about
Veilguard.
it. Veilguard. I still, even though I've just like spent however many hours finishing that up,
It's
still
stuff.
think it's average.
My thing about that game is I feel like my character's build, I'm like 3/4 of the way through. I'm doing towards the end game content. But I feel like my character's build is that good and overpowered at the point where I'm like not having as much fun because everything, even like I got to a point where I was like, there's a dragon boss that I was like, oh fuck, I randomly walked into it. It was like decent amount of levels higher than me. I was like, oh, okay. I still beat it in one try. And I was like, oh, that's a bit, that's disappointing almost.
I'll be honest, I wasn't too fussed about the difficulty of the game because
Just let me get through quickly.
yeah, I didn't think the combat was that engaging, so I wasn't too fussed about it. Not
What were you playing as? Because you hadn't started the last time we talked.
what
So
are the
mage,
options?
Mage,
No.
rogue, or warrior?
It'd be rogue. I'm always a rogue.
Okay, there you go.
I'm boring like that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
It's very generic pick, but that's what I would have gone for. And by the time I picked out a couple, like once I found several moves that just worked, it was like, okay, I'm good now. Doesn't really matter. Like these moves are the ones that are working for me. So, what was the other thing I was going to say? By the time I got to the end of the game, core narrative for that one, didn't particularly care for it. The whole thing about the escaped elven people and all that sort of stuff. Still, I think I said this last time we talked about it. Didn't particularly care for that. It didn't do much for me.
Big twist spoiled for me by like it wasn't even like spoiled. Somebody said like a hinting comment at one point, and then my brain put it all together, and I was like,
I'll say I didn't guess the twist. I didn't have it spoiled for me, but I still don't. I'm like,
it's been
cool.
done. That sort of twist has been done
in so many different
many, like so often now that it's like,
yeah. So that was whatever. I think that I will say though, and the reason I ended up playing so much and just got the platinum anyway, is because all of the character side stories and that stuff, that was really engaging and that was really good. So I would just bust it. I was more looking forward to doing side stories than playing the actual game. And then when I had to actually play the main campaign missions so I could unlock and do some more side missions, it was like, that was the annoying thing. Oh God, I've got to go actually see what the hell is happening over here with the dragons and the elven gods or whatever. I was like, yawn, get me onto the next bit. And it's like, oh, I can go on this random ass mission to this small town with this companion of mine and discover, more about their past or try and uncover why this person's family hates them so much. And, all these different things. I mean, there's missions where you walk around with a dude who's the necromancer, just like flicking lights on in a freaking graveyard at one point. So
That's
but
a
it was
real
still
nice.
fun.
That was a nice one. I liked that one a lot.
It's interesting because that might be the more important thing to get right in these kind of games.
Yeah, I think
Like
so.
having engaging characters and character stories rather than the narrative being the most engrossing aspect.
I think it is definitely the thing you would want to get right to be successful. But I think the difference maker between what makes something like this, in my opinion, just okay to a good
To attempt,
is if you
get
nail
both,
the sum of all its parts sort of thing. Talking about nailing the sum of all its parts, like a dragon, baby. Now here's the thing, right? So I think it was earlier in the year where I first started playing some of this, and I was playing it because it was on Xbox Game Pass, and I played a few hours, and I was definitely enjoying it, and I just didn't go back to it for some reason. I don't know, probably stopped to play a review game or whatever, who knows. And I know Kieran had been playing a little bit of it shortly after I think I did as well, possibly triggered by me talking about it or something, and I know he dove off it as well. So neither of us ended up going back to it. After I finished Dragon Age, I was like, oh, still on holidays. Don't have to play anything other than what I want to play. What do I want to play right now? And my mind went straight to Metaphor, right? I was like, oh, I'll dive back into Metaphor. And then I went, Japan.
Japan!
What if I was... who cares about all fantasy out? I want a real-life experience.
Yeah, I want something...
An accurate recreation of what it's like in Japan.
Yeah.
So you bought the game, so you were playing the game that you go to Hawaii?
No, I'm playing the first one.
Oh, the first one. I thought it was the second one you were playing.
No, I've started playing that. I'm on that now.
I mean, technically it's the sixth one. But,
yeah.
Or seventh or 10th.
So I started on Like a Dragon, the first one.
Yes.
What's the fuck it called?
It's just like a dragon.
Just like a dragon.
Just like a dragon. Yeah. Like a Dragon, Yakuza Like a Dragon. And I was just, I'm enjoying it. I always knew I was enjoying it. Enjoyed the combat. Played the first few hours on Xbox. I think I just kept playing and kept being like, this is such a good time. This is all the mini quests, side quests. I just kept doing it. But I think, and this is what I've already sort of, this is something I've sort of already told Ash. There comes a point in that game where I think it just clicked for me where I was like, oh, I get it. Like, I now really like these characters. And I was like tearing up a bit and everything, which is, I'm going to go slight spoilers or somewhat spoilers, I guess, for this like game that's like 5-6 years old. But old mate, the homeless dude, right? He leaves your party and sort of betrays you for a bit. Well, not really, but he was like had a secret motive sort of thing. And he goes, and then Ichiban and crew, they head on up to have this big old fight. And they're doing all right, but then more goons come down and it's like, oh my God, they're going to lose. It's like, what are we going to call for backup? Now, old mate homeless dude, he walks in.
I think it's Namba, right?
Yeah, it's Namba. But I was like, for anyone that comes, I was like, it's a homeless dude, right? Namba like walks back in, cool badass moment, joins you for the fight. After you beat the boss fight, then he has a moment where him and Ichiban are just like crying at each other and it's like, bro, I forgive you. When will we get all this sort of stuff? I was like, I get it, man. I get it. This game's about the boys, and not the boys bad way, where it could be considered bad, but this game's about the boys, like. So good.
Yep.
Thank you for stopping by, sir.
Thank you.
See you later.
Thank you. How are you playing? Are you just playing it on PC, console?
So I started again on PlayStation. Great. And I played a shit ton of it on the Portal, in combination.
Okay.
To a point where when I was towards the end, when I had to do a shit ton of grinding to get some of the trophies. It has a ridiculously hard dungeon that you have to beat for one of the trophies, and I had to grind the living fuck to get to the stage. I'd go at my lunch break, open up my Portal. I would just do a couple I'll just be grinding, eating the sandwich. Like I'm just fucking, like I was on a system. I got so addicted in my time off to playing the game. I'd be sitting here in this chair playing it on my TV, and my body would be like, oh, we're kind of tired. We got work tomorrow. I want to lay down. I'd go, you want to lay down, do you? I want to fucking play this video game. So guess what? I'm going to fucking turn my PlayStation Portal on. I'm going to roll in the bed. I'm going to keep playing. You can rest, like.
I think that's how resting works.
I believe that is scientifically how resting works, I think. But man, I was having a good time. And here's the sad bit. Not to skip too far ahead. I finished this game. I get a platinum. It took me fucking, I don't know, 78 hours, something like that. By the time I'm done. I'm not like, man, I want to rest before I jump into some more adventures of Yakuza. I'm like, no, get me into that Infinite Wealth, baby, right now. So I start that shit up. Now, I would be playing the living fuck out. I've had to stop to play. I can say this. I've been playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 a little bit, and I can talk a little bit about that if we want later for preview purposes. But I've been playing that, and nothing against the game. But I'm still sort of like, man, I wish I was just playing Infinite fucking Wealth. That is a good video game. I think, and here's what you really like here. When you're like, damn, Dylan's making good life decisions for himself. I am committed now. This is the year of Yakuza. I'm in there. I want to go back. I want to catch up, right? Now, I could turn this into content. I'm not. It's just my. I've made a choice.
You know what? I think that's healthier. No, the thing is, I think that's healthier that it isn't content. I think it's healthier that it isn't content.
That's why I think it's. That's why I thought you'd be proud of me.
I'm proud of you. I think that's the healthier option for you. I will say, I'm curious to see.
Brendan. Well, I assume it's Brendan because it's more the senpai, but.
Yeah.
Hat tip to the big 300 milestone legends. Keep on being one of the best things in the AU fandom. So thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Brendan.
Very much so.
Thank you. Thank you for being the reason I get more tattoos.
I was literally listening to More Than Headlines today on the drive home.
Did you say More Than Headlines?
Yeah.
Is that the spin-off? Like, oh no,
that's the news one. It's the anime.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched so many. Now I just want to talk about anime. There's so much good anime.
You can talk about anime if you want, but finish my conversation first. Thank you.
Yes. So you want to
play? Basically talking about anime. We're talking about Yakuza.
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, I want to play them all. I will not turn it into content. I'm just.
Currently.
I would have years ago. I think would have turned it into content because everything has to be content. Trying to lead a healthier life, and part of that decision is I can talk about on podcasts still, of course. But I'm just like in my mind, my personal gaming goal, if you want to call it that, for this year is I'm catching up on all the Yakuzas. That's my.
Are you concerned about the shift in playstyle?
No, because like I know what type of game loved ones are, and I have played a little bit of them before at friends' places and stuff over the years, so I'm well aware of what the gameplay type is. I, for some reason, just never got into them. I don't know why. This never happened. So I'm not concerned. Also, it's not like a type of gameplay. Like it's not like it's a oh my god, I've never played a beat 'em up fucking action adventure game before. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's fine. I think starting with Like a Dragon really worked quite well for me because it was a good introduction point for me as someone who's a huge turn-based RPG dude and grew up playing a lot of those. So although it's not like old school JRPG stuff, it's still turn-based into RPG basis and stuff. You know? Yeah.
The thing for me as well, like even listening to you, like because I'm loving it at the minute. Like my Steam Deck, I love the shit out of my Steam Deck. I chip away at games every night before going to bed. Like.
That could be a good Like a Dragon machine.
That's the thing, right? To me, I'm like, I could play like... But then at the same time, my brain is like, you started that on Game Pass. You've got a decent chunk of playtime in that. You really
How far did you get, though? Because I played about 4 or 5 hours and I restarted.
I think I got I think I was more than that.
Okay, because
I was like fairly heavily into so the last main story mission was like I can't remember now. Maybe it is, but I was up to doing like the business mini game, and I got really deep into doing.
Oh yeah, the candy store.
Yeah, I was fairly deep into. I was playing the business mini game.
There was a stage there where I think I just spent 5-6 hours. This is really sad. New Year's Eve, I spent about 5-6 hours. New Year's Eve midnight, 12:01 a.m. You know what I was doing 12:01 a.m. this morning? I was doing Yakuza business mini game. I was committed to completing that shit. And I think I was up to about 1 a.m. and I finished it. So that's what I did to bring in the new year.
100%.
I was practicing business, baby. I was making decisions, baby.
Even though it's not
you came home from work and got straight to work.
Damn.
I jumped in. Fair. I had deals to make. You know? Should we put 5 million yen on it? I don't understand if that's a big amount of yen or not. Sure. Like
it sounds big. It's got million in it.
That's the best part of yen. It confuses me. I think one of the best other things I really liked about it is, or the series so far, is when I started Infinite Wealth, which was literally the day after I finished that.
Yep.
Because it starts the game in the exact same place. I was like, oh, it's the same fucking map. Everything's the same. New location. Like I knew the map so well, like the back of my hand at this point. I'm walking around the city going, yeah, I know what that place is. That's still there. That's slightly changed. This is a bit different. Like they've done such a good job at being like,
it's a little bit
this-
pared down, but yeah, it's pretty much the same.
It's crazy.
Which is a common thing within the series, so
yeah.
which is why they're able to get them out so quick.
Which again, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I think that's the other thing. Like the game is like looking back, I was like, I spent about 80 hours playing Like a Dragon, got the platinum and all that sort of stuff. But the size of the map isn't huge.
No.
But there's still so much I felt like I did. And I experienced such a big story.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, by the time you get to the end of that
It's
game,
an epic.
and I'm sitting there and
epics.
I'm tearing up, tear rolling down my face, going, he's my brother. You know, like I watched the end of the game and then I don't know how Ash didn't finish that one before starting Infinite Wealth. Because I start Infinite Wealth and there's a part there at there's a part at the start in the opening credits of that game where you see young master and his master basically in that photo and all that sort of stuff. I'm like, oh.
Context clues.
The only stuff I'm going to miss, and this is the other thing Ash asked me about the other day when I said I was doing this, is would it pay? Because the new one has so much of what's the character's name? I don't even fucking remember.
Kazuma
What's the
Kiryu.
Kazuma? Yeah, the main guy of all the other games, right?
Yes.
Now I know that there's all these moments I'm sure I'm going to miss.
There's a lot of reminiscing in this game.
Yeah, I don't think that matters.
No.
Because I don't think that's any different to when you get to a moment in the Like a Dragon where Goro and his brother show up, and I'm like, I know what you're that dude that's in that new pirate game. But I'm not sitting there having like I'm sure fans of the original games are like the first time they show up, it's like, oh my god, those dudes, you know, like that's and then you have to fight them. They're a fucking boss fight in that game, you know. So, but I'm still going like, I recognize yous. I understand yous are substantial to franchise, you know. So, anyway, Yakuza, what a good show. You wait, end of the year, I'm going to be the biggest Yakuza boy.
Have you planned it out? Like, what are you going to play after this one?
0.
Okay.
No, yes, sorry, 0. Yeah, I've downloaded it preemptively. It's ready to go. So I mean, I've still got about 100 hours left in
absolutely.
Infinite Wealth.
We were up to an Infinite Wealth.
Chapter 4.
Are you at Hawaii yet?
Oh yeah, I'm in Hawaii.
Oh, you've teamed up with Kazuma, right?
Oh, I've teamed up. Yeah, I'm running around doing stuff. Him.
You saw the bit in the initial trailer where he shows up naked on the beach. Yeah.
Yep, done that. Yeah. Me, him, and old mate who, the cab driver running around doing our thing. Yeah, good stuff. The only thing that really confuses me after playing the Ovon first, where the money was just really confusing to me. Now it's like, do you want to buy this shake for $5 American? I'm like, oh, this is exciting. You know, I beat a fight, and they're like, I'd be like, you got 5,000 yen. I'm like, fuck yeah, I did. And I was like, you got $5. I'm like, cool. Doing nothing for me, you know. But it's cool. There is so much more to do in this one already. Is everything, and also the taxi game in this this one. Yeah. I was like, oh man, that's a banger of a mini game. That's a little fucking, you can do flips on your bike and shit.
Mini games.
Yeah.
Well, that was the mini game that they advertised as well, right? That was one of the mini games they showed off.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. You just play that shit for hours, I reckon. To be honest, before you get bored that one. So, but no, really excited to keep playing that. But yeah, then I'll go back to 0. In my mind, I'm like, I'll go back to 0 and then do Kiwami 1, 2, not the originals, obviously. I'll do Kiwami 1, 2, then 3, 4, 5 remastered, 6, 7, sorry, 6, and then the Man with No Name or whatever. Which is set between
the man that erased with his own name, right?
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Maybe you don't need to.
I'm committed.
I mean, you'll fill in a gap between.
I'm committed. It's set between.
Well, isn't that one like purposely like you play that one because it bridges into Infinite Wealth?
Yeah, it bridges into Infinite Wealth. I got to play it.
It literally explains what Kazuma did right before.
Yeah,
this game. Yeah,
so I got to do it. And then after that, I'll play Judgment and Judgment 2, whatever that's called.
You play Ishin.
That's my plan anyway.
You gonna play Ishin? The samurai one?
Yes, and then I'll play that. It is, would you call it, I guess it is. But also, this is the thing. I don't understand if.
Sorry,
like,
for
I have-
anybody listening to this episode, the buddy has just commented about the Dutch angle of Dylan's camera.
I don't know how to fix it because that's not how it looks on the
Your
video
end.
on my end. That's what I was saying at the start. So anyway, we're dealing with it. It is what it is.
I don't know if that's what you always look like. So
Is it? So it
Yeah,
always
because we
flips
never
it
get
to
the
use?
because we never get the remember we never get the
yeah,
good
because
camera.
you're not using the same camera as you would before.
You're a webcam camera. You're on your webcam. You're not on your nice one.
No, but this is a good webcam.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you're not on your nice one when you stream.
your
On your stream.
director
Yeah.
front on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Anyway.
Hmm.
Whatever. Luckily we don't record video all the time, so that's fine.
Yep.
All right. Anyway, that's my gaming off the holiday break for the first half hour. Kieran, what is the one game you've played on your time off? Also, thank you, buddy. Catch on 300.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah. So do you wanna
I've
talk-
at least played like
how many
2 or-
how many hours in Marvel Rivals?
I've. All right, let me just. You know,
pull it up, have a look, yeah.
let me just pull it up.
Because I gotta say, if you know how before you're like, man, I looked on Discord all the time, and Kieran, Dylan was playing Dragon Age. He was playing like a dragon. He was smashing. He was doing all these
yeah,
things.
good for
excited.
Dylan.
I would be
I'm
like,
playing Marvel Rivals.
Kieran's playing Marvel Rivals. Kieran's playing Marvel Rivals. Kieran's playing Marvel Rivals. Kieran's playing Marvel Rivals.
Look, it's only 86 hours.
It's like how long it took me to play.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
right? Like, I've played Marvel
So
Rivals.
you've finished Marvel Rivals, right?
I
No,
guarantee
No.
my 80 hours in Like a Dragon compared to your 8 hours in Marvel Rivals, I've lived a life, man. Like I've lived.
I've lived
I've
a
done
life,
things.
man.
I've done that.
I've lived a life, man. Yeah. No, Marvel Rivals. Good game. Very good game. Great job, Netties. Doing some good shit. Keep it up. No, it's like it's a meme, right? That like to shit on Overwatch for it, but like, and for
But
me
you're
to
going
get
to.
this hooked into it, but it's like even the fact like they had their season 0, which was like a month long, and they've just started season 1. What is going on?
Sorry, I realized I was a button I could press.
There are literally a lot of buttons on that
There are a
keyboard
lot
you
of
can
buttons.
press.
But like literally, like a month after launch, they've also been like, okay, season 1 starts. We've got 4 new characters to add, and also 3 new maps. So have fun. Like so, and like they've done it like they've launched it with the season just started last Friday, with 2 of the 4 characters being released. Of course, the 4 characters being the Fantastic Four, with Mr. Fantastic and Sue Storm, or the Invisible Woman, have been released, and then later, halfway through the season, there'll be the Thing and the Human Torch. Yeah, it's a Kieran. It's my type of shit, eh? Like it's yeah, it's good. It's really fun. It's great to see how much time and effort's put into the game, how much depth there is, the different discussions and discourse around the game in terms of role lock, or at the moment the game is kind of 6v6, but no role lock, so you can play whatever role, whatever characters you'd like. The different kind of creativiness, the metas that are evolving. For me, it's a whole lot of fun. I love it to bits. And it's definitely, in that height of what was my height of Overwatch stage, like my height of Marvel Rival stage. I am like, it isn't the only thing. Like I've played some Path of Exile 2.
I'll talk about that because I played a fair bit of that.
I played Path of Exile 2. I was like halfway through Act 3, and before I ended up back on my Marvel grind. But so I played like what was my playtime in that? I played 20 hours of Path of Exile 2.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's like 20 hours. So,
which I had a lot of fun with. Like I was playing as the mercenary or the witch hunter class. The game is, I think I'll be interested to go back to the game once it's not fleshed itself out some more, but maybe kind of
apparently
refined
they're
itself.
adding their first big patch this week.
Yes, yeah. Because it's just a case of where it's like, it's insane the amount of customization in the game or the amount of optimization. It's so funny. Like I fucked up my build, and like it's almost to a point where you're like, okay, do I spend the in-game gold to fix my build, or do I just start a new character?
I spent the in-game gold to fix my character.
Yeah.
Because I also fucked my build.
Yeah, so it's like, and I think, and everything I've read is that it gets like insanely hard later in the game, and there is a lot of discussion at the moment around which builds are actually worth pursuing and which builds are worth playing. So I had fun with it. A lot of fun with the time I had with that game.
Ash is shaking his head, but there is, if you pull
You
up a
just
picture of the...
all you optimizing freaks,
pull up a picture
just
of
play the
the-
game that you...
You
pull
have
up
to
pull up a
optimize.
picture of the skill tree in Path of Exile 2. It is fucking massive.
And every single class has access to the same skill tree. You
Yeah.
just start at a different point.
Yeah.
So,
you can
fucking
head
people
and-
are like
and-
fucking going around, and you can like multi-class into other classes. You just need to have like a second weapon set equipped with their weapon, so you can switch between them. Yeah, shit's insane. Like the customization and like the optimization of the game, fucking insane. Really cool. I'm not smart enough to
No,
sit
neither.
there and do it and to grind it out
Appreciate
and to work
it,
it out
though.
and to fail it. Like I appreciate that.
Mm.
And then the other thing I've been like slowly chipping away at whenever I pick up my Steam Deck at the moment has been it's not even chipping away because it's not even that long. But is Goodbye Volcano High.
Yeah.
Has been my Steam Deck game for the last couple of weeks. It's very wild, right? It is as a game, it is not what
Be
I
careful,
expect.
because I like that game.
No, I like it. I enjoy the game, but it's not what you expect at all, right? Like
What do you expect?
Dinosaurs.
I expect it to be more closer to Telltale or to that kind of narrative adventure game.
Hmm.
Whereas like it's more akin to a graphic novel that has a rhythm game built into it.
Yep.
That like the main gameplay is a rhythm game, and like
Yep.
it's which I just didn't expect at all. I didn't know how integral or how important the rhythm game is to that thing, but like
Pretty
it is
important.
it is the main thing, and the rest of it really is a graphic novel with options every now and then of what to talk to and stuff like that. I like it. It's funny. Maybe it's my age, but like there is definitely certain aspects of these teenagers that fucking infuriates me, because there is some things that they do or choices that you make that you're like, bruv, this is very easily resolvable, but they're teenagers and they don't fucking...
And they're dinosaurs.
And they're dinosaurs and they don't have their shit together.
How far have you got? Because have you got to the part where you do a D&D game yet?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so there you go.
Done that.
So I
Which was like excited for that.
You
I
can
was
keep
a
playing
little-
too. It gives you a choice. Do you want to keep
Yeah.
doing it? Or, yeah.
And but at the same time, I was like disappointed that not voice acted for that whole section. And I was like,
Yeah.
the fuck? Why have you not voice acted this? This would have been great to voice act.
But he said, man, it was such a letdown for me. I wasn't able to finish it. The rhythm graphic novel probably killed it for me versus what I thought it was going to be. Plus, the story wasn't strong enough to hold.
That's fair. And like, that's the thing. It's been a very different game than what I was experienced, but also playing it at the same time. Very excited for me to probably rebuy Life is Strange Double Exposure and play that on my Steam Deck. So I actually finished that game, or excited for Mixtape and Lost Records and Dispatch and The Wolf Among Us whenever that fucking game comes out.
That's
probably
never coming out.
Probably play
Never!
Never. We could play Never actually on it.
Sure.
But yeah, like it does make me excited for those games to come out to play on my Steam Deck and enjoy on the Steam Deck. I bought some nice accessories for the Steam Deck. Bought myself a nice battery, nice case for it. I was like, I'm excited. Yeah, it's good shit.
What do you mean a battery?
Like a portable battery, but it was like
right.
but one that's like properly rated for
Like a power bank.
Power
Yeah,
bank
power
is
bank.
what the fuck I
Yeah.
meuld. Yeah.
I was like, you swapped out the battery?
Swap the battery?
Like-
That'd be weird. If I'd swap out anything, it would be on the SSD, right? No. It was very much like I've got a power bank for it that's rated and actually useful for it, so I can charge it twice off the
It's
power
usually
bank.
just laptop ones. Like the one
Yeah.
I've got, I use
Yeah,
is just a
it's
laptop
pretty much.
one.
And then, or like the case I've got is built so that the battery, like the power bank, I can like strap it onto the back of the case if I wanted to. Makes
Okay.
it heavy as fuck though, so probably not. But it's cool. Like I like it. It's very nice. It's nice to have all the accessories. It was very funny actually because I guess this is a side tangent. I randomly got a message the other day from my sister who was in who's in my
It's pretty
lounge
random.
room.
Your sister never would talk to you, right?
No,
That's
she
pretty
never.
random.
She
Yeah,
never
It's
would.
pretty random.
No, I literally got home from work. I was like half asleep. lay on my bed, and like popped up Facebook, and she was sat in the lounge. Hey, I'm thinking about buying a Switch. What game? What do I get? I got up out of bed. I walked into my study where my PC is. I spent 5 minutes looking for where the fuck my Switch was. Was like, here you go, and just gave her mine because I was like, this thing's pointless. I can go back if I need to for whatever important game comes out. But
what game would it be, do you reckon, that would actually make you want to borrow the Switch back?
probably like a Metro Prime, like probably Metro Prime 4.
Yep.
I'd probably get it for. Maybe a Mario that's like a 3D Mario, not a 2D Mario or a 2.5D Mario. Maybe another Zelda. If
Like
they
a
ever
Breath
like,
of
if
the
they
Wild
ever,
Do you think any of those are coming to the OG Switch?
The current
No.
Switch?
I think Prime is.
no,
Maybe.
God no, Metro Prime won't. Overwatch 3 Switch exclusive, gross. Yuck, fucking console players, yuck. No, like it's yeah, no, it's so I was just like, here, how, and it made me laugh because she opened it. She's like, oh, it's a Zelda one, and I was like, yeah, that was a FOMO purchase and a half.
That was a mistake.
That was a mistake. So yeah, no, she has my my Zelda OLED console, so she can sit there playing fucking Tricky Towers and what's the fucking what is the farming game, the pixelated farming one,
Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley. That's it. So she can sit and play Stardew Valley and stuff. And it's
That's a game people think is a Switch exclusive.
yeah, I know, right? It may as well be. It
May
started
as well
on
be.
PC, but you know,
Yeah.
may as well be a Switch exclusive.
That is a game you definitely don't need a PC for. Don't even.
No, fuck no.
I mean,
No.
Don't
you
even
can literally
start.
play it on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
But yeah, that's been my gaming. Games are fun.
And if we want to spend 5 seconds on something, Ash, what have you been playing on your break?
I haven't played much, but I just remembered I did buy. So I brought my brother Super Mario Party Jamboree for Christmas. So we played a number of matches of that. So that's really good. I think it's probably one of the better Mario parties of recent memory. I think a lot of the mini games are a lot of fun. I like the map structure of a lot of the levels where there's a little bit more of a challenge of getting to where the star is. You know, a lot more strategy, and there's also a lot of customization as well. So you can like set it up to decide. You can like clarify what the bonus stars are going to be. So you're not going in blind, and it's just like totally random.
This is the one
Bullshit.
that actually had new levels in it, like not one of the like.
No, it's not a remix. It's like brand new.
Yeah, new, right? Yeah.
I mean, some of the games are kind of, you know, remixes of old games and that kind of stuff. But yeah, a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. I won the most matches, so holding that over everybody.
So you brought your brother this game.
You holding that over it is like me reminding everybody, especially that loser fuck Buddy Watson, that I am your Super Mario Kart Deluxe Wii Switch game champion.
I'd like to point out that you've been refusing to do any tournaments and holding the belt captive. But it's fine.
Didn't Buddy smash you in all the mini games in It Takes Two?
Yeah, but that was
Off camera.
off camera.
So it doesn't count.
Does not count. Fucking winner.
Every time I've looked on PlayStation and someone's been playing something, has it been your brother, Ash?
Occasionally. Depends on the game.
I saw, what did I say? WWE at some point. And then another time it was a few times of, maybe it was a soccer one or something.
I've played NBA 2K, and I've also played MLB The
NBA, that was
Show.
it. Yeah.
Because it's just fun just hitting home runs.
Mm.
That's like a relax at the end of the day. You know? Smash game.
Prediction King.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Darn, that hurts me too. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely disgusting. Cool. So we're playing Pocket though?
Yes.
Did I
Yeah.
uninstall Pocket? I think I uninstalled Pocket. Right?
You 100% delete that shit.
Yeah, I uninstalled Pocket. Yeah.
You didn't wait to the new card pack?
No, I opened a couple of those Mew packs, and then
Well, that only came out like last month, so
Yeah, it wasn't that. Like, I'd been going. It was just the fact that when it got to the point where I hadn't opened a pack for like a week, I was like, I don't care anymore.
I have let it go a couple days sometimes.
A couple of days is fine because you get to the nice thing, unless you're paying for the subscription. You get to the nice thing where you have like a bunch of packs to open all at once.
Yeah,
At least two, yeah.
because of premium subscription. Yeah. It's also to answer Buddy's question of what he's been playing. The answer is The Last of Us Online. And there is no other answer to that question, so that's a very easy answer. It's like the question of what Ash has played over his break. Nothing, and yours is
Pretty close.
Last of Us Online. The fact that I played so much over the break is the
It's the
curve.
wild.
cool.
It's the
It's the
wild.
wild card.
Normally,
Wild
it's the. I finally got to watch all my steel books, guys.
That's me. It sounds just like me. It sounds just like me.
Crazy.
It's what I sound. It's what I sound like. It's crazy. Yeah, it's what I sound like.
Hmm.
Show and tell. Look what I got today. Oh, hold on. If it wants to work.
Oh god, he's not. He's
How are you
fumbling.
gonna do this?
If this was an Ashley Hobley moment, it'd be getting edited.
This shit ain't getting edited.
I'm just telling you, if this was an Ashley Hobley podcast,
I
edited.
thought it was. Or maybe I broke it already.
Oh no, you've already broke it. Can't believe you've
Oh,
done
no.
this.
What's this from?
Got a Golden Globe? No, it's an Emmy. It looks like an Emmy.
It's a video game related thing. What is this from?
Is it
I
from?
almost want to say Bioshock.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. BioShock.
Incorrect.
Game Award lamp. Oh.
Incorrect. It's from a video game that had DLC released in 2024.
Oh, it must
Alan
be
Wake.
Alan Wake too. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
My Alan Wake 2 collector's edition showed up.
Did you
today.
play DLC?
Too busy in Japan, man.
They didn't get Alan Wake in Japan, guys.
Yeah.
They didn't get it in Japan. Yeah. I got my lamp and it came with this key for the hotel in the game, or the Ocean View Hotel. Also,
Nice.
also
Nice.
Right next to this room 666.
some pins
Oh, very nice. Nice pins.
and a art book.
Hmm.
It's just open to a random page. There you go. Very nice.
That's a really cool port.
Thank you. So yeah, now I've got a light. I've got a lamp. My life can continue as I know. What was I saying before I got distracted there? Pokemon. Yeah, so I've
Yes.
still been playing Pokemon Pocket. I'm still battling a lot now. I'm actually playing the Gyarados deck at the moment. Are you battling or just opening?
Mostly opening. I occasionally like do a battle if there's like a event kind of thing happening at the
Yeah.
moment. I've just got this tossed together electric deck that I use for everything pretty much.
Almost thought we were getting sneaky Dylan's media part of the week on the non-movie cast. No. Gotta save that.
No.
Gotta save that. Actually, I don't know how much. I'm trying to think how much I've brought in the last couple of weeks. Since time I've been off. I don't think I brought.
You can't be buying stuff, mate. You're in Japan.
Too busy in Japan.
You're in
It's
Japan.
Exchange rate.
Honestly, I don't think.
Shipping is so difficult.
I'm trying to
It's
think.
so
like
expensive.
you wouldn't be able to get anything that would work on our DVD players.
Yeah.
Region locked, man.
Yeah.
Wait, I picked up that
Oh,
Godzilla special edition.
Oh,
I did get that.
what? Minus Zero?
My Zero, yeah.
You're gonna finally
yeah,
watch
Dylan was in Japan. Yeah.
it.
Buddy's come very. Yeah, I spent my time away in Japan.
Some might even say he's still in Japan, but they're about to fly to Hawaii.
Yeah. No, I got that minus one collection, so I'll be playing that. I'll be watching that soon, hopefully. Just got the laser region free
Finally.
Blu-ray player available from Good Guys. Yeah, not available. All sold out. Good stuff. I forgot where I was going, to be completely honest.
Pokemon.
Pokemon. No, I'm done. With
Battling.
that. Anime. You wanted to come there.
I don't know. No, because I can't. No, I can't remember. Can't do it. Can't remember. No, it's gone. I watched anime. Anime's great. Anime's
Yeah.
always fun. New season. Watch Solo Leveling. And what
Mhm.
else am I watching at the moment? The salary man that is a general in the Demon Lord's army. I'm forced to marry the girl I hate. More Blue Box. Keep watching Blue Box, everyone. Actually, no. Sorry, there is. Sorry, I now have remembered the one.
I gave you the spotlight. I was like, put a pin in the anime stuff. You can talk about it later.
Okay. Netflix anime goes very hard already with the animation.
Ooh.
I'll set it up for you. Main character is a hitman, the world's best hitman. That was
Think
Day
over
the
the
Jackal.
top.
Glenn
Think like
Glenn Powell.
Yeah, or Jason
Okay.
Statham, or like that
Dresses
level
up.
of like stupid,
Costumes.
but over the top anime style.
Mike
you know,
Myers.
Okay.
anime style,
Okay.
right? But I think
Yeah.
John Wick. I think actually it is Japanese John Wick.
Yeah,
Right?
it's
Dogs
literally
being-
John Wick.
dogs
It's
being
Japanese
killed.
John Wick.
Okay.
Japanese John Wick.
Who killed my dog?
But
Yep.
one day he retired after he went into a
John Wick
convenience
retires
store.
also.
He retired after he
Yep.
went into a convenience store and met the love of his life.
It's like
He
John Wick.
then, like John Wick,
Okay.
he then retired,
Yep.
got really fat,
Mm.
and became the owner of a convenience store.
Very relatable, I feel.
Very relatable.
Yeah.
And this is an anime called Sakamoto Days. It is about the world's greatest hitman that's retired and has become, the owner of a convenience store, and it's about the kind of his old life going back into his new life. It is not a serious anime. It is way more like goofy, in like the animation, like dude catches bullets with a chopstick.
Cool.
It is.
You
it
deflects
is
a bullet with a gobstopper.
with a gobstopper that he spits out. Yep.
Nice.
That is. It is really good. The main character, he's very minimal in the way he doesn't talk very much. So a lot of it is done through like he's the kind of the co-lead in this in this anime is Shin, who is another assassin and a former student of his, who is also a psychic. It's a lot of fun. Sakamoto Days on Netflix. You should definitely watch it. It's very funny. The first episode's just come out.
That does sound funny.
Yeah, it's really good dub.
You watch a double
Yeah, well,
sub?
I believe
Yeah,
that. I believe that they have a good dub.
Okay.
But yeah, other than that, we should watch that. If you haven't watched the first 14 episodes of Blue Box, go watch the first 14 episodes of Blue Box. I can watch slice of life anime as long as there is a hint of sports anime hidden inside of it. Everyone, and it's
I
fine.
don't think it's a hint. It's just you're watching a sports anime.
No, it's
But
it's minimal on sports.
Okay.
Like it's Blue Box is like you would think it's a badminton anime or basketball kind of, but really it's more like it's very basically not like the sport is very rarely shown. Really, it's just more about the characters within it, which is really good, really really good.
I thought of something when I was talking, and now I fucking forgot. Fuck. God
Also
damn it.
realized at some point, I really have truly entered the middle-aged white man phase of my life, because the last month I have reasonably enjoyed cricket, and to the point
I'm
where
fucking over it. I'm so over it. Just get it out of
Which
like.
format of cricket?
Test cricket.
Okay,
Like I
that's
had the both the Boxing Day game on and off every now and then, as well as the SCG one as well. Which I was playing my Steam Deck or doing something else the entire time, but having it on in the background, pretty good, pretty fucking good.
Most watched tests in world since the 1920s.
Dylan's dead.
You know,
Dylan's actually dead,
what a performance by Australia. Been India.
man. And then there's how about that Kenny Omega?
Whoa! He came back. That match was a fucking burger. My boy's back. 2025. Let's go, baby. I hope you're coming to Australia, Kenny.
Do you think there's what are the odds?
If I don't see Kenny Omega next month,
What if next month, right? What if you
You hold up a sign, Kenny Omega better walk out of the
What if next month you see Takashita and is it the proto athlete? What's his actual name? Kyle Fletcher
Carl Fletcher, yeah.
versus Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay.
I'll never wash my clothes.
Like,
They were in the stadium. The match is too good for us. That match is too good for us.
that
I
match
feel
is
actually.
Yeah,
too
that's
good.
true.
But also
Yeah.
at the same time, I think that's a Revolution match, honestly. But there is. Yeah.
That said, I will be highly like if Kenny isn't there, I'm fucking raging. But
If Kenny's
also,
announced, they'll move it back to Suncorp Stadium.
fucking, do it. If he isn't there, I'm raging. Also, but also, Fletcher and that will be there because they're Australian.
There's
so.
Mm-hmm. I didn't think about it. Did you guys get fucked by the Did your suit?
Yeah, that's a good question, Dylan. Did we get fucked?
Did you get fucked?
It's a good
by...
question, buddy. Did we get fucked?
Oh yeah, buddy bought the tickets. That's right.
Buddy, who bought the tickets?
Don't
Did you guys
ask me.
get fucked by them changing locations?
I don't think we would have.
I
highly
think you
doubt
would
it.
have. I 100% think you would have.
I don't think we did.
I mean, it's more. It's probably the people who bought seats further back. They're
Don't
closer
think
now.
so. Okay, all right. Because I think wouldn't you get fucked because you wouldn't be on the sides anymore? You'd have to get moved into like more of the middle and then push back.
I think where we already were, and when they built
Like,
redo the seat,
Really
we
close.
were
to
already in a good spot. So I don't think we can get fucked. I think you could potentially get fucked if you had a different, like, further out seat.
Yeah.
You could potentially end up in the worst spot. So I assume we're just like in roughly the same spot because I don't think those
Like on the
first
floor.
few-
We're on the floor.
Yeah, we're on the floor. So the first few rows, I don't think anything much would change.
Yeah.
If you were like, I was looking forward to Suncorp so we can sit up in the fucking rafters. And not see shit and just watch it on the screen, maybe that's different,
Hmm.
But not us. I'm there to yell at people, And if I'm not able to yell at people, what's the point of going? So
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Tony Storm, you're such a new great up and comer. I hope you do really well.
Rookie of the year.
What a talent! What a talent we've just brought out of Australia for that young
Yeah.
lady.
Man, in her rookie year as well, she got number
Yeah,
one.
in
on
her rookie year.
in her rookie
wild.
year, got number one on the female PWR ratings. Is insane.
I see a lot for her. I see
Yeah.
a lot for her.
Big
That's huge.
Good
That's
old
huge.
Australia. Good old Australia. Good bit. Back to video games. What I was going to say. As much as I'm looking forward to AEW next month. And Kenny Omega's a gold. Also, did you watch his fucking entrance? Oh my god. The music? The
Well, yeah,
background?
because it's Final Fantasy 14 music. It's
Oh,
fun.
he is literally like he's the final boss now. It was fucking next level shit comes out. What a
I
man.
do kind of miss his old one though. At the same time, I don't know.
I don't feel like
I think it's going to be back. It's just for that one show, right?
No, because
feel
he
like-
played it. No, because they played it as his
Yeah.
entrance on AEW.
yeah, they played it both. I feel like I don't feel like the other one's gone for good. I feel like it'll still come back for certain things, sort of thing. But this is his new song. And I mean, why wouldn't he use it all the time if he's paid money for or whatever got for
Yeah, if these amazing composers have fucking put it together, that's not just keep it
Yeah.
in there, and the royalties on it would not be
cheap.
cheap.
Or whatever,
They wouldn't
so-
be expensive though.
I assume
It's
he
not.
owns
It's
the song.
not fucking Europe's Final Countdown.
No. I assume he just owns the song. Like
Yeah.
he paid for it to be made for him and he owns it. So Kingdom Come Deliverance, like bring it back to what I was saying.
Oh yeah, play that game. Yeah, talk about that game. Preview that.
Yeah.
Preview that game. So I never played. Kieran, did you play any of the first one?
Yeah, I played a solid amount of that game, and I don't even feel like I scratched a dent into it, but enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On console?
No. No.
So I've played a little bit of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and I say a little bit even after 8 hours because I'm like, this game is a big. I never played the first one. This one does from my. I watched someone did before I started playing it. I watched like a recap video on YouTube.
It
of that
does
story.
carry on.
It does carry on. I don't feel like I particularly needed / would care enough about the story so far, to be honest, to really feel like I needed to watch the recap video. But it's like you play as a dude called Henry. He was a. It's set during. It's what is the Czech Republic now? Whatever that was called back in the old days is where the game's set. It is historically
Czechoslovakia.
accurate. Yeah, it is historically accurate to a point, but also at times really dumb and silly. It's a weird balance between.
All right, let me
historically
set the stage
accurate
for you, right? Let me
and-
set the stage for you. There is a very early mission in the first game
The most famous one,
where
I would
you
say.
go on
The
a
drunk
drunken
one.
bender
Yeah.
with a priest.
Now, I've seen people saying preview coverage that I've seen there's apparently a similar mission in this that they can't talk about yet. I haven't got to it, so there you go. But yeah, so this game starts. You're playing as Henry still. Basically, his father and mother were killed in the first game. A dude steals their sword. Something. Bunch of other stuff happens. He meets up people. He's now like looking after. This game starts. He's along. The game begins with him heading into a new territory to track down the killers of his father, basically, kinda, and also give a mission. Deliver a letter to some kings to potentially stop a war. Something. In the early hours, you stop at camp. You're alongside this dude. I can't remember his name, but he's like a royalty of some sort. He's from the first game also. He's a little prick, to be honest. A little bit up himself, but that's anyway. Stop. Bandits show up. They slaughter the rest of your crew. You end up like basically barely surviving. And then after the first few hours of the game, it does that thing in video game logic where it's like, aha, we have literally stripped you back to nothing. Like he literally has nothing but underwear at the stage, and you lose all your skills and all that sort. So now it's like you're back to square one. And from that point, the game sort of like, and I guess this is where some people may fall off this game. It definitely feels more stalkerish than, like, if I was to compare it to recent open world games I've played, it's definitely more stalkerish than anything else. In that the game eventually just goes, go.
Yeah, that was the first one. The first one was also like that.
And you have to go, where am I going? And the game goes, figure it out.
you kind of have to, in the first one, you very much had to kind of decide, I am doing this right now in my character's life.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow this through. Whether that is, I'm learning how to sword fight and I'm entering tournaments and being a knight that way. Whether it is, I'm learning how to read and I'm doing stuff like that. Or whether I'm living in this little village and I'm doing this.
I think the thing I can definitely give points for is once you just go, okay, well, I'm just going to go see what's over here. And the game goes, that's a fine decision. And you're like, well, how about if I go do this? And the game's all like, well, that's a fine decision too. You know, it doesn't feel like anything you do feels like a bad decision. It feels like everything is just sort of what you should be doing. I thought I'd wandered off way further away from where, like, you start in this town and I'm like, fuck it, I'm off on foot. I'm fucking just going. I was like, I'll see what I can find. I'll just go and go. And I walked for like 15, 20 minutes on foot, periodically saving just to see what I can find. Eventually, I end up in this town, talk to all these people, stay overnight. They invite me to stay. I get into a little bit of a bar fight, all these sorts of things. This dude eventually is like, hey, do you want to come on this mission to do this? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Next second, this guy's like, hey, I've got a horse for sale. It's real cheap. It's a piece of shit horse, though. It's real grumpy and stuff. I'm like, no worries. I need a cheap horse. I'm sick of walking. I've got enough money, maybe. Who knows? And I do this. And it turns out it's my horse that I lost at the start of the game. And I'm like, was I always supposed to be here then? Because I just fucking walked. And somehow I've now got my horse back. And it all felt like it was still related to the main mission somehow. Even though I definitely don't think I was supposed to be here. So I think the game does a good job at making you feel like everything's happening. The combat, I guess, is the interesting thing. You basically, and this is the part Kieran off stream was sort of, or at the start, I can't remember, making fun of me for playing console, but it's thoughtful combat. It's not a like button mashy sort of thing, and also it's just swords and shields. I mean, you have maces and stuff if you want, but it's swords and shields. So you on console, and I assume it can't be that different on PC, but it's like you walk and it locks onto someone, and it'll have like a couple arrows, so it's like top left, top right, like a star sort of thing. Yeah. And you can just slightly touch the right analog stick, and it'll just tweak the direction without like making your character like fully move around, sort of thing. So it'll slightly tweak it, and you sort of just want to aim your strikes, obviously the opposite direction to your opponent is blocking. Or just do what I do, which seems to be the easiest way, which is you just wait for your opponent to make a move, you block, counter them, and get a hit in that way. That seems to be the easiest way. That is
the way it was in the first game as well. Is that blocking and parrying and stuff like is the better way to fight.
I read in the thing they sent out, they said the major thing they changed, and one of the complaints about the first game was the perfect hit or strike or counter or something was super easy to pull off in the first game, and once people figured it out, they would just spam that and just win all the fights. So in this one, when you do a parry, it's not always a perfect strike, or which apparently it was in the first game. So you have to like do it. You have to basically block and then reactionary aim the controller to the opposite side to where your opponent's block is. So it's a little more in depth. You can still get a counter off, but not the true strike or whatever that does a shit ton of damage and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's it is that thing also where I got poisoned and then it kept telling me I was dying, and then I just reloaded a save because I'm like, oh god, what do I do now? I have no idea. There was another point where it's still like slightly buggy, I guess, and I mean that said, I'm playing it pre-release, obviously ahead of the review time, but like one of the early quests, I was like, I'm gonna sleep in this bed here so I can like save my game. And then I set it for just like an hour because the game has like a wait and sleeping system similar to Skyrim and all those Fallout games. And I rested, and I was with companions at the time. And then when I come back, they're just gone. And then it was still telling me the mission was here, but they weren't there anymore. And I'm like, okay. And then I just kept resting, hoping they would come back, and they never did. So I ended up reloading a save that way as well. So there's definitely elements where I'm like, what the fuck am I? What am I going on at the moment? The game starts ahead of where it's up to now. So, like, the game starts with a siege on the castle where you're attempting to deliver this letter to, which, as of the start of the game and the point I'm allowed to talk up to in the preview process, you're still trying to deliver said letter. However, it is now super fucking hard because you're, like, stripped down of all your clothes and no one believes you're actually, like, a someone of any stature, of a messenger. They just think you're a fucking bum, right? And that's why you keep into bar fights and people hate you and all these other things. The game starts in a siege that's there, and then it jumps back and says several days earlier or something like that. But in that opening sequence, you play as a different character, not Henry, and it also introduces, I don't know if this was in the first game, not like I tell, but like you have like a cross bolt now. It's not just like arrows and stuff, like a fucking cross bolt that you're shooting.
Crossbow. Yeah, I don't
like a shooting one, like like a bolt.
Yeah, crossbow. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know, man. I'm getting your fancy hardcore nerd shit on me. So yeah, that felt a bit iffy. And the other thing that's quite odd is the sound is mixed weird, or also it's just buggy. Because sometimes I'll be watching cutscenes and like my surround sound speakers behind me would just completely cut out, and then like it would cut in the cutscene, and then they'll kick back in and something. It's very at times rude. Again, lots of just weird oddities that may be ironed out at a full release and stuff. But it is definitely a game where I feel like you could play it for 20 hours, just wander around, do a bunch of side quests and stuff, and feel like you have all these adventures, and then be like, I'm done. Or I guess hardcore, just go through the main missions and call it a day at that point. I do wonder who the audience is for this though, because although it is open world and people love open world games, I guess they're like the go-to genre. It is that thing of I wouldn't say it's hard, but it's not like laid back, if that makes sort of sense. Like you have to make sure to eat, but it's not hardcore enough that I ever feel like I'm like stressing about it. It's just periodically it's like, oh, I should like make sure when I'm in this town I buy some food and eat it, or like your stamina goes down, you just need to make sure you sleep in a bed like once every few hours. Like it's enough to keep you actively thinking about it in more than a way you usually do an open world video game where you don't have to like ever really do these things. But then I'm also like, people who usually like these sorts of games, especially first person with sword shields and all these other sorts of things, they're usually fantasy based, you know, spell slinging and whatever else. But this game is just straight narrow
medieval
sword shields, mace, medieval shit. So I don't know.
I know. It sounds like survival light. So, you know,
kind of
a lot of people are into that kind of stuff. So, obviously, the first game sold well enough to warrant a second game. So, I'm sure that initial audience
done too. So,
that audience you would imagine would carry over.
You keen to dive into it for a little bit, then, Kieran? Or?
Yeah, 100%. I was already keen for it to play more of it. I think it's very. The thing I loved about Kingdom Come Deliverance was that Henry was whoever you wanted Henry to be, and the world was your oyster. Like you could just run out and go become a blacksmith, or go work as, as I said, go learn to read and go do bits and pieces, and kind of, it was very free flowing and free to do whatever you wanted to do.
This game has given me probably too many choices to basically be the biggest asshole piece of shit ever that I'm like keep dodging. I'm like, no, I'm a good man. I'm a honorable man. But my God, the amount of times I see the option on the table, sort of thing. Also, Kieran, why did you just come back in with a fork? because I also saw
Because-
Ash. I saw Ash notice the same thing.
Well, I
Yeah.
just got my dinner. My dinner just got dropped off, so
Oh, okay,
it's
right.
the fork to have
Okay.
my dinner with.
Okay.
But, you know,
Honestly, when you sat down and saw the fork, I saw Ash's eyes also go like, where the fuck's this guy got a fork suddenly?
yeah,
Out of
that's
nowhere?
fair. That's
He's
fair.
gonna stab us.
Getches.
Maybe he's going to stab
No,
us.
This-
301.
This podcast was so annoying. Electric socket. Yeah.
All right, just to quickly cover off, get your thoughts on some things before we head towards wrapping up this episode. I feel like the major things that have happened since we've been off and not recording, and tell me if I've missed something, I guess, but all the Switch rumors continue to burn
Mhm.
like fire. If you want to, basically all the people at CES who had accessories there, unofficial accessories, but
Like,
say that they're
Oh,
based
we're
on...
just guessing what it looks like.
Yeah. So
We definitely have not held it and measured it and
yeah.
made sure it perfectly fits the Switch if it ever comes out.
So how are we feeling about the Switch 2 like reveal event at this stage? Like there's so much smoke, you know. I feel
This-
like I should not make a fire joke, to be honest, now that I've said that, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
I did, like this. It's the end of the year now. There's no way it happens in the first half of this year.
What?
What?
There's no way, like, as in, like, the release of the device does not happen at the start of this year.
Yeah, it
Hold
does.
on. See, you don't think it gets announced at all before June?
No. I think it's announced. I don't think it releases until the end of
Okay.
the year.
I think you think Nintendo cares too much about Christmas. It actually makes more sense to release it earlier, so more people
No,
have
but
Switches
I don't
by the
think
time Christmas
Nintendo-
comes around.
I don't think Nintendo are quick. I don't think Nintendo are. I'm going to announce it and then release it within 2 months.
I think the reason
That's
they
the
haven't
rule.
announced it yet is because they've been building up their
Inventory.
Yeah.
But so does everybody. Like, so does every business, and even then, there's still not enough.
Maybe
Like
Nintendo-
They
even then,
learned their
it's still.
lesson.
I just don't think
They-
Listen.
Remember, when the Switch came out, they'd just come off the Wii U. So-
but for a Japanese company, it's a Japanese company. Japanese companies do not move quickly. They
I don't
are
think
like
they're moving quickly.
they
They're moving
don't
very
move-
slow.
They are. That's the thing.
We've
They
been
don't
hearing
move
about
quickly.
this shit for ages.
Yeah, but they're not going to fucking announce it and then be like, it's going to be out in 2 months. No fucking way.
Yeah, that's why I think it's happening.
No way. You guys
Yep.
are full of it if you think that.
I think it's announced either next month or March. I think it's announced in February or March, and it's released before end of financial year.
Wild. No way. No. No fucking way.
Stop trying to read your ChatGPT.
No, I was just double checking the date. So, Nintendo officially announced the
Yeah.
console
Buddy just posted it.
October, but then it came out March.
Yeah.
It's like 6 months ish.
So what do you reckon?
I think it's going to be much quicker. I think you're right. I think probably start of the Japanese financial year, so probably April.
April. That's fucking wild.
I like when we say wild things and then Kieran gets really annoyed.
Fucking wild shit.
How about this wild, buddy? Late Jan announced for June release. So in the next
I think
2
that's
weeks.
out of the three of you, that is the least wild.
What? How is that wild? End of financial year is June.
No, because Japanese financial year is fucking. I actually said April.
No, I mean our financial year. I should clarify.
Why ours?
Why
I know, it's
ours? Once again, Japanese fucking company.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just going off. They care more about. I'm just assuming they care more about American stuff.
Okay.
What's it released with? Mario. That's what I'm. That's
It
what,
has
that's,
to, right? Everyone releases with a Mario game.
That's what I'm going for now. Mario.
Like the GameCube
Yeah.
had what? Nintendo 64 had Mario 64.
Mhm.
GameCube had Sunshine. Wii
Mhm.
had Super Mario Galaxy. Wii
Who
U
knows
had
what the
Super
Wii U
Mario
had?
Galaxy 2.
No, Galaxy 2 was Wii, it was still Wii.
Was it? I thought...
Yep.
Okay, well, Wii U
the-
was like a halfway point.
Wii U released with a return bag for when you got bored of it.
Mario Kart Ultimate. And then the Switch released with fucking Mario Odyssey. So like it release if it's going to do it properly, it's releasing with a Mario game.
Hmm.
Yeah, we'll find out soon because it'll be announced soon. So
Yeah, I mean, the the furthest away game that they've got announced is Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition in March 20th. So they've announced anything post that date.
Because they've got nothing else after that. That's when
They've got nothing else because it's going to be the
comes
Switch
out.
too.
I don't know why you look so disappointed.
Buddy says Mario Kart Ultimate. Probably. Not Mario Kart 9, Mario Kart 8 Ultimate. And Wind Waker finally. Don't they have to do Twilight Princess first?
Nah, who cares about that game?
Link's a werewolf. Isn't that one?
Yeah, it is. We had the Like a Dragon Direct. Ash,
I didn't watch it, but I'm excited for more pirate stuff.
Pirate
Surprise me.
Are
you excited?
Yeah, I am.
Will you stop playing Infinite to play?
That's the problem. Anyway, but
no, you need to finish Infinite before you play this.
I don't feel like this is surprising, but the naval combat that they showed, super in depth, like super. This is you're doing the Ubisoft game better than the Ubisoft game.
What you're saying is it's better than Skull and Bones?
Yeah.
I laughed when I saw it because I was like, "You all fucking kidding me? Are we fucking playing Black Flag again or what?"
Yeah, we are. We literally are. So that'll be fun. What else happened while I was away? PlayStation got a bunch of new accessories announced alongside all the movie and news and stuff like that. So Ghost of Tsushima is getting an anime series based on Legends that is alongside the movie that Chad Stileski's already doing. Last of Us Last of Us Season 2 got an April release date. Helldivers got a movie announced. And
can't believe they're just remaking Starship Troopers.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? I think that was it, wasn't it?
No, the Horizon is getting a movie.
Oh, Horizon's a movie now after they canned the Prime Video series. So,
which I don't know. They maybe work better. It's hard to say. Obviously, you just cut a lot of the story out to make it fit in a movie.
You know what I'm sick of? Horizon Zero Dawn.
Is in the first game or the IP?
Just the first game. After playing a remake and the Lego game, and
just give me the second one.
Just fucking
give us Lego Adventures Horizon Forbidden West.
Just move the fuck on,
Did we do a game draft? No, we have not done a game draft yet. Probably should in the couple of weeks that we have that we don't have much on.
We've never done one. I feel like the only way I'd ever run one is because I never want to do the work of keeping up with it. Ash would have to do it and run it alongside his.
Well, there's the website
one.
that does. Everybody else does it on. So
what? Where's that? What's it called? You can cheat.
You can cheat.
Fantasy.
Find me the website.
Critic. Yeah, it's just Fantasy Critic. I think.
Fuck yeah! I didn't know you could cheat. I thought you had to keep up with all this shit yourself. Xbox has a developer direct coming on. I can't remember the date. What the fuck is the date? Don't know. Anyway, excited for that. Hopefully,
it's a few weeks away.
A few weeks away, yeah. I know they mentioned South of Midnight, Clair Obscure, whatever that game's called, the really cool anime one where they're ripping off the Persona menu, and whatever else. So that's exciting.
January 24th.
Here we go, January 24th.
5 a.m.
Yeah, I'll be up. And Assassin's Creed Shadows delayed by another month.
Do we
apparently? Hold on. According to Jason Schreier, because Ubisoft's trying to sell.
Yeah, I mean that's the question. Is it bug issues or is it?
No, apparently it's because Ubisoft's trying to sell.
Tactical.
Yeah, it's a business decision.
Wait, trying to sell the company?
Yeah, Ubisoft's trying to sell the company.
Copies.
No. Apparently they're trying to sell the company.
Oh no, 10 cents coming. No, who was trying to buy Ubisoft? I can't remember.
No, I don't.
Did you see that Tencent got announced? Is now categorized by the US government as a Chinese military company?
Because they are
wild. League of Legends.
Well, not technically. I think they just are.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see. How fast can I fucking log into this thing? Can we do this?
Why don't we do this? And why don't we just do a full episode of that? Because it's going to take a while.
I'm just wondering how it works.
We could experience that off stream.
Right, good point. Good point.
No, I
Good
think
point.
people want to hear Dylan talk about options.
It's true. I think that's it. Was there any other big news that we missed? I think that's about it. That's about catch up, isn't it? Was there anything else that springs to mind? There's RTX 50 series was announced and whatever else, but I don't feel like that's a
How big a
That's a
TV is too big a TV?
Well, hold on. Before you say anything, I want to know your fucking answer to that question, Ashley Hobley. What is your answer to what is too big of a TV?
Yeah.
I mean,
what is your answer?
If you need a crane to get it into your
No,
house,
hold on. I just want. Hold on. I want to put some. Before you answer this, I want to put some things. What do you believe is too big a TV? Take out your current living conditions and like trying to fit it in your room and the money. I just want you to answer. How big is too big a TV?
as long as you can get it in the house, then it's not too big.
Okay,
Well,
that's fine.
yeah.
No, don't say that. Don't put your fucking asterisks on it. How big a TV is too big? You said no. There's no answer. That's the correct answer. There's no such thing as a TV too big. Now, do you know the largest TV you could go buy from a store right now?
It's got to be 90, right?
Higher.
120?
Higher. A little bit higher.
125?
Yeah, I think there's about 125 that TCL has. Yeah. Put it.
Okay, you see, at the same point, right? At some point,
big room though.
At some point, though, I think once you like breach that 100 mark, you kind of go projector. Like
they don't have the same quality, though. They don't have. Like, that's well, people argue about that. Yeah.
Like projector.
I'll say this: the first time I ever saw a 98, because they don't do 100, it's because of the way the like stuff's cut. The first time they did. I had a 98 in my store, right? Oh, this thing's fucking massive. Set up. It was wild. It stood out, especially next to the rest like 75s, 85s. I'm now at a point where I have, I think, 6 or 7 100-inch, 98-inch TVs in my TV area in my store. So it's like such a normality now, that TV size.
My big thing, like, because it was funny, I saw an ad and I made a comment about this the other day that advertised a 65-inch TV as huge.
Yeah, no.
And I was like, what? No, 65-inch isn't huge.
I'll put this. Let me answer. I'll answer.
I mean, an elephant's huge, but you put it next to a blue whale.
No, but that's a different fucking species.
I'll answer this question as someone who works around these things, right? Most people buying around 55-inch bedroom.
That's the thing, right? I think 65 is like my minimum. For a TV, like 65 is like, I ain't going lower than that.
The average size, I'd say, people are buying, average size for the lounge room?
70?
75.
70, 75? Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Yep. And then the people who are like, I haven't bought a TV for the last 5 years, I want to upgrade my 75 because they already had like the largest years ago. 100-inch, baby.
That's probably where I am. Yeah.
The only problem is 100-inch TV, standard quality, like a entry level.
Yeah, my thing is
quality,
I need to get, because I've never had
expensive. You want to know how much it costs to get a 100-inch OLED? Get ready to fucking sell your
20
liver,
grand,
son. Yeah.
That's the thing, right? Is I've always said it when I upgrade my actual TV, I need it to be an OLED.
What do you have?
I currently have like an ultra high def like LG from like 2018.
Not even like a mini LED or anything, just a standard old TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. You and Ash should just fucking fight for who's got the worst TV.
No, I've got. No way. Yeah. Fucking Ashley still has a fucking VGA port in it.
All I know is me and Buddy now have the same TV, and we have a great TV. We share a great.
There's
TV.
only 65 inches though, but size doesn't matter really.
Well, that said, I know he's fucking. That size
close,
for his for his lounge is perfectly fine because it's all on like the size.
Distance.
The correct answer to how big is the too big a TV question is there is an element where, like, let's say for Buddy's room, if in his lounge, if he'd got 100-inch TV, it would be way too big for his area.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. So, but if you have a large lounge and you like put a 65 and you put your lounge setting like 3 meters back, no, that's terrible. That's horrible. Never want size over quality. Correct. Just always go quality. Yeah. if it was a pick between like a 75-inch shittier TV or a 65-inch, like good OLED, it's like get the 65. Good
Yeah,
quality.
that's fair.
Yeah, 75-inch would be too big for his. Yeah, so it is about. And there's a calculator thing that you can like. There is a scientific measurement
math
thing. There's math to it.
My thing as well is I know when I buy a new TV, I'd also need to buy a new
soundbar.
No,
Sound system.
Soundbar is part of that. But I hadn't even thought of that yet. But like, I knew like.
Did you only get a soundbar like 2 years ago?
Yeah,
for
like
Christmas
2 years ago, right? But it was like
parents got one, whatever.
Yeah, it was
See,
like,
I'm
like
fucking
a
goldfish,
great, it's
man.
not
I
an
don't forget
amazing
shit.
soundbar. It's like a general soundbar. But like, I need to then buy a new TV stand because I've got like a very basic TV stand.
Why? If the TV's the same size,
Yeah, but it's probably going to be bigger. I don't know.
What size is
even
your
on
current
the
TV?
even on the TV? So I've got I don't know if it's 70 or 75 my current TV, but like the stand is corner to corner on.
Okay, why didn't you wall mount it then?
Well, that's the other thing. But the thing is, wall mounting on
I
rentals.
don't get a TV with the stand in the middle. Then you're good.
I think most rentals these days, I don't know. I feel like wall mounting's such a
normal thing. Just depends
Normal
on
thing.
where you're mounting it.
yeah.
If it's in the lounge room, they're not going to care.
Yeah, the amount of rentals, like especially because I've been looking at them again, still continuing on for my between the cushions New Year's thing. The amount of times you just flick through pictures and there's just a wall bracket like in a room. It's like
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Mhm.
just left there. That's the one thing that was left behind. You know, like wall bracket. So, all right, cool. I think that's about it for episode 300. I'll say it slowly because usually Ash interrupts me.
I got nothing.
Oh,
Finally, after
done.
300 episodes.
Yeah, you finally worn it. Anyway, of course, this if you listen to this now, watching the video as it is recorded, I believe, to my computer file system, recorded on twitch.tv/Explosion Network, which we may use again further in the year. We are officially back up and running at explosionnetwork.com. So podcasts resume this now. So this is releasing whenever I post it, probably tomorrow, which will be Tuesday. But we'll be back again next Monday at our regularly recording schedules. So that means you have to put up Kieran Ash has to put up with talking to me more than usual this week. Well, not for Ash. Ash put up with me more, but Kieran has to put up with me more than usual. But he's had a break. They've all had a break from me. You know what I mean? So
or if you had a break from us. Oh,
I've been to Japan,
what's the
baby,
question?
so I'm good. You know, as I say, I'm good. All right, so thank you very much for everyone who stopped by, listening to the show, checking us out. 300 episodes, huge celebration, of course. Do you know how many episodes that is, Kieran?
How many?
Trick questions, 300. That's right. It's 300 episodes. Well, it's probably more because
It's
that doesn't
probably
count
more
bonus episodes.
we got bonus episodes
We got
and that kind of
bonus
stuff.
episodes.
You got
I mean,
bonus
300's
episodes.
all out at the
Even
time,
like,
you know?
what was that episode we just recorded like a week ago? That was like a weird 299.5 episode.
The Game Awards one?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was just that was a bonus episode, see?
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Even though it was a bonus episode, but in our normal time bracket. And
Yeah. But we
And
just
we didn't record. We said, "Oh, well, now we're going on a break."
Yeah. So, you know, anyway, goodbye, everybody. Hope you have a good year ahead. I hope we do too.
Yeah. This is also very long. You could have cut this down.
Goodbye.